Okay, so today I want to talk about a fairly major issue which I'm sure anyone involved in YouTube in any way, shape or form has been following for a while now. During this last month we have seen a change of service and the YouTube Hero video presentation, both of which have divided opinions greatly amongst YouTubers. Both the stars and some of the smaller channels have made videos about this, and casual users alike have expressed their opinions in the comments and on Twitter and all the other usual suspects. Some in complete favour, some outright against the changes, others accepting and dismissing different parts of the changes, which is their right. Not everyone is going to be completely in agreement or disagreement on anything. Now there are good things in the new terms, but some of the terms are so vaguely phrased it could mean anything. It just seems to be based on what they know, or at least what they think they know their advertising partners do and don't want their ads attached to. Break any of the new terms and your video won't be monetized. You're not allowed to discuss drugs, which presumably they mean recreational drugs, not medical, but some clarification would be good on this. Discussing wars is not permitted, but doesn't state if it means current wars, historical wars, or even fictional wars. Sexual humour is a no-no, which means I assume you won't be able to make videos that feature double entendres. Good luck making a retrospective review on any number of classic British comedy TV shows and movies alike, because they're absolutely full of them. Violence. Now you got to wonder if this will affect MMA reports or martial arts instruction videos going up, as well as even gun reviews or weapon-based channels. Okay, they could all be affected by the terminology violence. Videos featuring swearing, bad language and or harassment will prevent monetization. And in this day and age, the definition of harassment some people subscribe to seems to mean they disagree with me, and I don't like that they disagree with me. Which is frankly kind of sad, and when you think about it, pathetic. But that takes me on to some of the other terms, which is political conflict, natural disasters, sensitive subjects. I've not listed them all, but the list they give is short and sweet and very poorly defined. And it seems to suggest that YouTube doesn't want people to discuss anything that might fall into the category of they disagree with me and I don't like that they disagree with me. That's really a topic for another time. And then we get on to the YouTube Hero video itself. Okay, now I've got a link below for that. Okay, if you want to come back to that later, if you haven't already seen it, please do. But once you have seen it, I think it's worth noticing that YouTube is owned by Google, and Google has a certain motto: don't be evil. Now I'm not saying that they are trying to be evil or that they are evil, I don't believe that they are. I just think that they are misguided. But other people certainly seem to think that they are shooting themselves in the foot with this one at the very least. Other people probably do think that they are evil. I'm not one of them. But the video itself, which is clearly meant to be cheery and friendly, in so doing, it's giving what it's trying to do. It kind of feels like it's trying to hide something that is sinister. As many people have pointed out, the whole system of gaining abilities feels like a video game leveling up system, and some of the features covered here don't seem to be available to any moderators the channel owners may have set up already. Angry Joe has already covered this already. Again, there's a link to his video below, and again, if you want to come back to that later, that's fine. But his critique has basically, as far as we can tell, it's apparently caused that particular video to be demonetized. He's done another video about that as well, which you can find on his channel. Boogie2988 has covered some of the good points as well as the bad. Again, there's a link to his video below there. And Emma Blackery has parodied the video itself, the YouTube video, and its repercussions rather accurately as well. You can find links to all three videos and the YouTube Hero videos below. None of them have been linked to with any permission of the owners, by the way. I'm sure they'll appreciate the view though. So you can probably see how the YouTube Heroes project has people worried about the future of YouTube's. Okay, YouTube's. Yeah, it's definitely got people worried about the future of YouTubers, the content creators themselves, YouTube itself, obviously what the subscribers will do. Because a recurrent theme I'm seeing is smaller YouTubers stating they will go to other video sharing platforms. And they're awesome out there, okay? There's not many, and not any of them seem to be anywhere near as big as YouTube, but they're awesome out there. And they're also calling on bigger YouTubers to do the same. Now, if bigger YouTubers did start setting up shop on other platforms and close down their YouTube accounts because they can't make money from them anymore, their fans would go with them. Simply because they are their fans and want to follow them. They want the entertainment they subscribe for, which YouTube seems to be, to a certain degree, trying to take away from them. Not intentionally, I think. Have you ever wondered why big-name movie stars that have worked with a certain studio for years and years and years jump to another studio? Why the same is true for TV stars that have been with a major network for years, that do exactly the same and go to a rival network? Years of loyalty to a particular brand and then they switch over to another brand. It's quite simple, it's because they've had a much better deal given to them. And right now with YouTube's Hero project, the only people that I can see benefiting from this, the only people that could get a good deal, are trolls. Yeah, only the trolls will benefit from this, as they are the only ones going to get what they want. Because if they get to be a hero, they can team up with other trolls who don't like a certain YouTuber and do everything they can to get that channel taken down. Either by YouTube itself, or by the creator saying, okay, enough is enough, I can't work with all these false claims, false takedowns, false strikes, I'm out. YouTube's loss is the drawing power of that star. They lose ad revenue. Another platform might get a new star draw adding to their appeal, or they might not if the creator decides to call it off altogether. But the trolls give each other virtual high fives and go on to target their next victim. Lather, rinse, repeat. So I think there's any kind of solution. While the YouTube Heroes project could be implemented but with safeguards and proper oversight, it's unlikely that they'll scrap it, as they've undoubtedly spent a lot of money on it already. Imagine you have someone who loves, say, medieval history but hates sports, and they decide to go and check videos on a sport. Why, you might ask? Good question, I say. And they don't like what they see in the comments or even the video itself. The comment might actually be totally innocent in itself as far as the video might be concerned, but might use a language or make reference to something that this hero doesn't like. So they remove the comment. Or they even flag the video to be taken down because of something they didn't like on it, but which is still allowed under the terms of service. And the same could be true for a sports fan going into a history channel or someone of a certain political stance, checking out a video made by someone with the opposite views, and so on and so on. Well, as I see it, YouTube could just go as far as allowing a channel owner to select their own heroes, who would only have access to that channel's videos. That way the hero can't abuse that power outside of the channel they're assigned to. They could even be a fan of that particular channel, for example. Okay? Effectively, there would just be a super moderator. To me, that is simple and easy, and probably the smartest thing to do overall. And we've got to assume YouTube has been smart enough to know people will try to abuse this system and reject potential heroes, or even revoke their status if they turn out to be a blatant troll, or somebody who's just going to abuse the power in general. After all, plenty of people will join up, and will be doing so with the honest best of intentions. But in general though, outside of the heroes issue, YouTube could limit access to certain videos that are flagged in a certain way, so more adult or mature material can only be accessed if you have a YouTube account that has your age confirmed. That way people who are just casually surfing YouTube and have no profile at all, or aren't the right age, can't be exposed to anything like that. and those that do want to access that material can still get access to it. And those that don't want to see it can just avoid it. I don't like drama channels. I just don't get the appeal of them one bit. They are popular, but I'm not about to go calling for them to be taken down. People obviously do like these things. Okay, I just avoid them. Okay, likewise, if you weren't a sports fan, you wouldn't go and look at sports channels because that's a waste of your time. If you're not into manga, for example, you're not going to go look up a channel dedicated to manga. If you're not a fan of Game of Thrones, you wouldn't go around looking at Game of Thrones videos. Unless you've heard something that has actually piqued your interest and you're wondering, hey, I wonder what that's all about. Let's see if there's a video on that subject. And after all, there is a reason we have age restrictions on our video settings, isn't there? Now, the videos that are flagged in this way could even have some warnings on the thumbnail and maybe even the title to make sure everyone's aware of the type of content it contains. You know, like the PG ratings and R ratings that the MPAA has, or the age certificates for movies we have in the UK. This way, the video can still be monetized, so YouTube gets paid, the creator gets paid, the advertiser has their ad seen, and everyone is happy. Except the one person who doesn't like that kind of content and has either not seen the warnings or just chosen to ignore them. Thanks for listening, people. Hopefully I'll see you next time.